Today's video is brand new meta, something that is crazy amazing to watch, and you're going to have a joy of a time. That's not even a phrase, but we're going to make it a phrase because boy, oh boy, this attack is the coolest thing you've ever seen, and the swag is real. Unreal. So we're going to do a triple clone attack. Now, this strategy is not used a lot. Now, you don't have to use baby dragons here. You could lalo the back end and still 3-star. And of course, everything here is just beautifully executed. Can it work on multiple bases? I think it can. So just give it some practice. Try it on multiple bases. Kind of play with it. But you can see it's very, very powerful. And it's just destruction. So key here is getting down kind of this core section here. You kind of see everything in the middle. How are you going to get it all down? It would be a little bit harder if the sweepers were facing, say, towards 12, but not impossible, in my opinion. But we're going to get into it and watch the magic happen. I mean, boy, oh boy, this is fun stuff. Brand new meta. I mean, this is totally broken. I mean, this is just craziness. You have no idea. I mean, this is one of the coolest attacks you'll ever see in Clash of Clans, hands down. And I've covered a lot of attacks. Anyways, so the key here is what's really protecting the blimp as it comes through is that hound. The hound is critical. Now, this is not a new trick. Actually, it's a common one, using a hound in front of, say, a blimp or a slammer and then cloning. But the 3 clones really is going to just destroy everything in the core here. And, yeah, very nicely executed. Of course, that hound takes care of a lot of the tanking early on. So when the blimp comes into the middle of the base, look how deep it is getting. Look at that. If you just put the blimp down without the hound in front, the slammer would have broken. The blimp would have broken about right here on the elixir collectors. Now it's able to get right by the clan castle. That means close to the enemy queen, okay? You got to get the queen down. Now, with this attack, since you're using baby dragons, getting the queen down, he still would have 3-starred, but if you're not going to use baby dragons, say you're going to lalo or something on the back end, you're going to need to get the queen down here. But look at this, guys. Triple clone. Look how many loons are in the bag there. It's madness, man. Look at that. Beautiful. Man, oh man. So pretty much the whole core of the base is taken out. Notice there, he's got the air defense there, but good. Look at this. King going to be in front tanking for the queen. That's major. And then you're going to bring in the golem here at 4 o'clock. Once the king kind of dies out, the golem's going to tank even more for the queen and be able to get down all the defenses. Now, if the queen was not able to snag that air defense, say it wasn't reachable, you could bring in some loons there. Heck, you could bring in baby dragons there. Still no problem. There goes the king. Here comes the golem. Going to come right now. So, pause it. Golem is out. Look at the base. I mean, there's not much left. He's got 12 baby dragons up. He didn't even need the wall breakers, but he's got the golem here. Going to tank for enemy queen. For the queen. So that way, this archer tower will not snag the queen. So she can pop ability a little bit later on. I mean, this is just amazing. There goes another baby dragon. 2 baby dragons only deployed. Here comes the wall breakers. The golem goes inside. Now, if he didn't have the wall breakers there, he still would have 3-starred, right? But look at this. With queen ability, able to snag the air defense in the middle. I mean, king is still up. Golem's still tanking. I mean, you cannot get better than this attack. I mean, have you seen a cooler attack? Oh, my goodness. Guys, look at this. Look at this. King's still alive. Golemite's still alive. He doesn't even have to pop, he doesn't have to pop queen ability if he doesn't want to. At the very end, look at that. Doesn't even pop it. 3 baby dragons just chilling. He's got 9 left in the bag. Swagging 9. That's 90 camp space. 90 camp space. Swagged a queen ability. Have you ever seen anything so cool in your life? The triple clone threat of attack. I mean, this is madness at its most highest form. And oh my, I mean, you just want to watch that again, right? I don't have another one for you. I do have another clone attack for you, not the triple clone. So, things to look for in the triple clone. You notice in that base, everything's kind of bunched up in the middle together. There's a lot of bases like that. This would work really well, I think, on internet bases because you get a lot of value, with the chain reaction and the loons. Everything's clumped together. Notice that? Now, it doesn't have to be. I think this can work on many different bases, but I think a lot of internet bases can be taken down this way, kind of like this sort of standard, look at this. Look at all in the middle. Clone spell taking it all down. And then you use your heroes wherever you need it. If there's air defenses you can break into like he did. Now, you don't have to bring a golem. You could bring hound and loons, as I said before, if you want to do that. I think there's many different ways to take down the base. So we're going to show another attack here from Mr. Shavam. Anyways, taking down with the clone spell. Now, this is your traditional clone spell at Town Hall 10, right? One clone, and you bring the rest for the Lalo section, right? This is a typical attack. You get 3 hounds, a clone spell. So in this kind of important here, King and Queen is used. You might be wondering, why are they putting the King and Queen here? Well, what's the deal? Well, the King and Queen is creating a nice funnel for the Slammer and the Electric Dragon. So he wants the Electric Dragon to go towards the enemy Queen. Now, if he hadn't cleared this section here, see these 3 buildings? The loons and the Electric Dragon probably would have shifted down away from the Queen. Makes sense? So now he's able to bring in the Slammer. And the Slammer, look at the pathing. You know it's going to go to the Archer Tower up towards this air defense right here towards the enemy Queen. That is the perfect kind of position you want. The Slammer's not going to wander off down here because the Queen took care of it, okay? That's what that funnel was there for. Here comes the Slammer. He's going to pop that Rage. There goes the clone. Clones up those loons. And boom. Queen goes down. He gets the Inferno as well. He decides to freeze this air defense. You know, that's kind of, he was hoping to get it down, right? You didn't have to use the freeze there. That's those sort of calls in the moment. You know, sometimes you make the right call, make the wrong call. That right there, not the greatest value, but doesn't matter in the end. He does get the triple. So notice he does now bring in the Lalo section. Now, this is key. If you're new to the game, if you're learning the Lalo, there's only 2 places that you should enter on this base. You should come in at 10 or what he did at 6, okay? Those are the only 2 places. Now, coming in at 10, you do have to deal with the sweeper, okay? So that's going to be a problem. I do like the 6 entry a lot. Very nicely done. And then he just sprinkles in the Lalo, okay? He brings in a hound. Here comes loons for this Archer Tower. You brought loons for the Wizard Tower there, this Archer Tower. Everything's kind of pathing in. The hound's out in front, of course, and then you put those loons behind. He's got 8 more loons, so he's going to bring some more loons here up at the mortar to create a nice little pinch. There goes the haste spell. Here comes some more loons at the mortar, as I said before, making sure everything kind of goes right to the Inferno. He's got back-in loons for the Testiform and the mortar, just creating some nice pathing. Had a beautiful heal spell. And then his minions down right away. Key in all these attacks, make sure after you just kind of get in the habit. You put your hounds, loons, and then some minions behind. You won't have to worry about cleanup. What most people do on time fails, and it's happened to me many times, probably you put your hounds down, your loons down, then your haste spells, and you're kind of freaking out. You're like, what are my troops doing? And you forget about the minions. And when you forget about the minions, what happens is you can run into some time fail. Now, he did have a little mistake here. He only put a couple loons. He didn't put quite enough loons up at that mortar there, so that Archer Tower stayed alive. Could have cost him in the end, but, it doesn't matter. In the end, a 3-star is a 3-star. You can always go back. I encourage you to go back, look at the things you did right and did wrong. Try to figure out how to adjust that for the next attack. And remember the thing. So, like maybe, for instance, you put a loon in the wrong spot, or you put the hound in the wrong spot, or you didn't put your minions down fast enough. Those things you need to think about. So next time you'll be able to 3-star much more efficiently, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I do. A lot of people do that, kind of look at their attacks, see what they did right, see what they did wrong. Even when they 3-star, they're like, man, what could I have done better? Stuff like that. So anyways, triple clone attack. Hopefully this you'll be able to use it and more. I know it's a really cool attack. When I have a Town Hall 10, I'm going to rock it much more. And yeah, y'all should come back for more. Subscribe if you like the content, because I'm going to be bringing some new cool stuff like this attack to you. And we'll see you next time.